Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I am speaking with Luke Wood. He has a fantastic new EP out. It's called Echoes, and I'm very excited to talk to him all about it. Luke, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing? What's going on?
Pretty good, man. Having a good day so far. It's been productive.
Same. This is
We're
the
rocking
first major thing I'm doing, and I'm thrilled to be doing
up.
it.
Heck, that's awesome.
Nice. Where in the world are you?
So we're in Galveston, Tennessee.
Nice.
Was
How's the
it
weather over there right now?
Tennessee? It's a little rainy today. That kind of stinks, but it's
Okay.
cool outside. So we were talking about that earlier. Fall's my favorite time of year. So
Oh, same.
like, bring it on. I
Get a little
wish it would hang
reprieve from
around
the
a little.
humidity.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
the heat.
Well, listen, but we could talk about the weather all day, but this we need to put some focus on this record because it's truly killer from start to finish. It's called Echoes. For me, this was like the perfect snapshot of someone's sound. It's short and concise, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's missing anything. Like you've put all these beautiful ideas and soul into one record. I want to know, like, I guess what directly influenced the making of this, and did it come from personal life experiences? What are these songs all about?
Yeah, I mean most everything I write is that way for the most part. At least personal stuff kind of intertwined into it on some level, but I guess really, man, music's kind of become like therapy for me the older I've gotten. I'm 42 now, and
Yeah,
I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years ago, just kind of went through some stuff and kind of like I had a just a like an emotional purge, I guess you would say.
sure.
I was coming up to Nashville a good bit, and I was doing some co-writes and stuff like that. Some of those songs came from those sessions, but songs are like mini sermons to me. I feel like a little bit, and I'm not super religious
1000%.
necessarily, but I definitely believe in like a God or a higher power, and I feel like just the stories and kind of the things that happened that coincide with a lot of those songs and a lot of those lyrics. It is my story, but it's been very like healing for me to kind of to play those for people and then create something like this and it be heard and be like accepted and applauded. Like I've gotten a lot of really sweet messages from friends of mine that just generally are like, bro, like this is so good. And
Yeah, I'm not
proud of
surprised.
it. And yeah, it is each song is kind of its own, thing, its own sound a little bit, but it's still me. That's kind of what I was aiming for, I guess. And Michael and Alex from Blue House really kind of helped me figure all that out. And man, I'm just like every time I listen to it, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I made
I
that.
know.
So awesome.
I mean, it has to feel great. Some people, it's tough for an artist specifically because, yeah, some people keep diaries and they write their little entries in or they journal at the end of the day to kind of get everything off their chest. And some people write music, things that live on forever. And it doesn't matter how big of an artist you are, you could be the smallest, you could be the biggest. It's an insight into who you are as a person. It's what you've gone through. And I hope at the end of the day, it's honestly made you feel better putting those thoughts onto paper and into recording them for the world to hear. Like, how did you feel in the process of writing these what I consider to be quite personal songs?
It's weird, man. It's like I felt this awkwardness, I guess, at first to really share some of that stuff. But
Sure.
I think the biggest thing for me is like, yeah, when you get to play it live and people really connect with it, you know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
like, the process wasn't like it definitely wasn't glamorous. I mean, I feel like it's just a purge. And then all this stuff kind of came together and we've got these songs now. Um, yeah, it's cool to make something, maybe that was like ugly in your life, like a beautiful thing that you can share with
Sure.
others, you can connect with it and feel something, I hope. So
Absolutely. I also really I want to talk about the collaborative process because I know that even though you operate by the name of Luke Wood as a solo artist, there's so much more that goes into making a sound in a record like this. I guess you've mentioned a couple, but what was like who were pivotal moments in helping to put this thing together, whether it be collaborative decisions,
yeah,
instrumentation, things along those lines.
yeah. I mean, so the first thing was the co-writes.
Yeah.
Most of the songs on this album are co-writes except for No Mercy. I think was completely all me or whatever. But moving up to Nashville, that's been the coolest part about being up here is meeting people, especially songwriters.
Yeah.
Uh, feel like you're instant friends a lot of times, like really quick. Echoes, the title track. I co-wrote that with a friend of mine I made up here in Nashville. He was living beside me at this RV park that we were staying in at the time, and he just got to be a really good friend. He co-wrote a song on the last album. His name's Roy Snyder, and it's just fun just getting together, man, and sharing that process with somebody else. I think co-writing is it's a lot of fun. I feel like it's helpful to kind of bounce ideas off of other people. Being
Sure.
by yourself and writing sometimes is kind of like, I don't know, it's a lot longer process for me because I kind of get stuck in my own head and I'm too judgmental about every little detail sometimes. And it's nice when you got,
Completely reasonable.
yeah, you can just say, hey, what do you think about this? And I mean, they may tell you it sucks and that's cool too, but like you just kind of keep going until you get to where you want to get to. And if,
Right.
yeah, especially if it's somebody you already kind of vibe with and agree, on like pretty much everything. And that's how I feel like all my friends are that I've gotten to write with. It's like we're very kind of like we have the same goal in mind. You know what I mean? We may take a different approach to get there, but this has been a big blessing for me in my life to be able to share that with people. And I haven't always like been involved in like the community, I guess, musically.
Sure.
I didn't play for a long time and then I started playing again, but like getting connected up here with other writers and other musicians has been amazing. So yeah, I mean that, and then yeah, meeting the Blue House Band. Alex from the Blue House Band is the guy that helped produce this album. I met him just going to these jams, and just
That's
playing with the band,
awesome.
and getting to know him, and playing shows with him and stuff. And then I met Michael from RCSQ Records, and told me about what he's doing. And you can't do this stuff by yourself. I mean, I guess you can,
No.
but it's like hard. Like it's a lot of out,
Yeah.
a lot of time. It's a lot of stuff to do, and it's overwhelming as an artist to like figure all that stuff out. And I work a full-time job too. I'm not just
Exactly.
I
There's
have
so much decision making
yeah,
that needs to
have a
go into
family and a
something.
job and like then
Right.
you're trying to be like this music guy too. And it's just like
Yeah,
sometimes you're like, what am I doing with my life? Like, why am I pursuing this? It seems impossible.
exactly.
I'm beyond thankful to have people help me for sure, man. And
That's
I think it takes a
awesome.
village. And it's still to be true. And but a lot of fun too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more fun with people who are involved with you and they're helping you and like you get to share it with other folks instead of just being solo all the time.
I
Um,
agree. I went to Nashville for the first time this year actually to visit a couple friends that are pretty embedded in the music community, and I've had the opportunity to go everywhere and talk with people who are in these little music towns or whatever it is, but Nashville specifically felt like the most ingrained people that truly just wanted to help each other out, even though there's so much competition
right.
to play in the bars or get a spot here, get a spot there. People just had the overwhelming positivity to be like, I want to help you. I want to listen to what you're doing. And if you need me for a co-write or you need a session guitarist or drummer, whatever it is, people were willing to do it. And obviously, an overwhelming majority of people are in your position where it's like they have a full-time job, they have a family, and you can't do it all by yourself. You could, but it might take 3 or 4 times the amount of time that it took to put the same thing together. So I'm glad that you found those people to help put this thing together because the end result is just beautiful, man. Like you really knocked it out of the park here.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're
man. I'm so
welcome.
proud of it. It's I told a friend of mine this, Kara Fraser, who did background vocals on the album. She like complimented me the other day when I saw her, and I was like, yeah, I really like it. I was like, it's weird to say because I feel like I've released before,
Right.
and I listened to it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm really proud of this. I think it sounds
You
amazing.
should be.
Yeah,
Especially again as an independent artist, no one has listened to these songs more than you have. And I know for me, when I listen to my, favorite song or a band for a long time, it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of sick of this. You know what I mean? I've heard it enough. I get the point. But to say that about your own work is, I think it's the most important compliment you can get because if you can't accept it yourself,
true,
then how is anyone else supposed to like it?
no doubt.
So I agree. I do want to know because even though this record is rooted in country, obviously there's a lot of other different sounds and styles and genres that show themselves. Was that always the plan? I guess in terms of the whole scope of the record
Yeah.
and creating something.
I'm a real can of worms when it comes to that kind of stuff, man. I
Nice.
started playing when I started playing music in bands when I was like 16. It was like heavy music, like from like late 90s,
Nice.
early 2000s,
Cool.
Deftones, Linkin Park, Korn, like Godsmack, bands like that.
I
Pantera
would
is a
have
big
never guessed that.
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, and I didn't play
Hell
guitar
yeah.
much. I just fronted the band. And then
Sure.
I did that for a while. I played in a couple other projects. I played bass guitar for like a kind of like a metalcore kind of band, like a Kill Switch Engage
Sick. Yeah, yeah,
vibe. And
yeah.
uh, I love doing that. It was a lot of fun. But after I was in this Christian band for a little while, and I played bass for that as well, and it was kind of more pop rock. But then
Yeah.
I started playing in church for a while, and I led worship for 12 years probably, like pretty much every
Wow.
Sunday. I was either leading or playing guitar or playing bass, and I kind of did that for a long time, and that kind of cured the kind of satisfied the craving to play out, I guess. So I
Yeah.
didn't perform in front of anybody other than just playing at church for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I started writing again about 7 years ago or so. And kind of during the course of like the whole praise and worship stuff, I mean, that music influenced me a lot. I feel like just that style of music, like in a live setting and in a worship setting, is like kind of
Sure.
what I strive for. I want to create like an atmosphere and a presence of like this music kind of being alive, I guess, somewhat, and moving and the dynamics and all that stuff. But um, in that also, I started getting into like a lot of acoustic blues, like finger picking style guitar stuff, and just heavy blues stuff in general, and bands like the Black Keys and stuff like that. That's just more bluesy. I don't know how to really explain it besides
No,
that.
I
And
get it. I get it.
so
This
that
is
that
this is
mixed
very
up with,
surprising to me to hear this, just based
yeah.
on this record. But
And
not
then
to
I love
interrupt, but I feel,
oh,
yeah.
it's good.
Sorry, keep going, keep going.
But I love stuff like there's a guy named David Ramirez who's just like he's just a singer-songwriter, kind of
Sure.
folk. He has some rocking stuff, but like just acoustic guitar and a singer. Foy Vance is a huge influence on me. I love him. Like there's something I love and really appreciate about somebody that can just get on a stage with one guitar and a microphone and just captivate a coliseum of people, And like I
Totally.
feel like I did a lot of that kind of stuff as a worship leader. So I kind of like that. I think that aspect of that attracted me to performing live. But then the influence of all these other kinds of music in the process of like, or even like looking back at like all the metal music, it's just like this thing that just kind of happened, and then this is what I sound like now. And I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sound a certain way per se. I'm just playing what I feel and what sounds natural to me, if that makes sense.
It completely makes sense because, like I said, no one's heard these songs more than you have. And if you're not making music that is something that you'd want to listen to in your free time, then like, what's the point? Like,
Sure.
why are you putting the energy in if it's not
Mhm.
something that, it's like, I would listen to me. And it might sound like, oh, I have the biggest ego, but it's like, I worked hard on this thing. I want to listen to the music that I made because I'm proud of it. It sounds good. And yeah, just everything else that goes into it.
Yeah, and it's okay to be proud of yourself. I feel like some people
Yeah.
about that are like, I don't know, you're going to be perceived as arrogant, but like, I
No,
don't know, you got to give yourself credit sometimes, for doing stuff because
I agree.
the world will beat you up enough. Don't beat yourself up. You got to be positive.
Unfortunately true. Is there a song on this record that maybe gave you the most grief of finishing? Something that maybe something got in the way instrumentally,
Um,
lyrically?
Probably, I mean, No Mercy. I've recorded that one twice, and I think it's just a matter of like not being able to make up my mind how I wanted to present it.
Okay.
Because when I wrote that song, I was listening to like a lot of like Hosier. I don't know if you know who he
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
but
yeah, of course.
um, I love like his sound and that whole like real dark bluesy kind of classical
Totally.
kind of sounded. I was trying to kind of capture that, but then I wanted it to also have this groove and just trying to kind of figure all that out. But I sat on that song for a while, even after we recorded it. I recorded that one over a year ago, I guess, and
Wow.
then decided to put it on the EP because it made sense to kind of complete, the
Sure.
package or whatever. Um, but yeah, it's all a labor of love for sure. I mean,
I agree.
but that one definitely took the longest to kind of get like I wanted it and get it finalized.
Nice. For anyone listening to this record for the first time, is there like an ideal setting or a place that you'd want them to listen or enjoy where you kind of think it would hit the hardest?
I mean, I think if you got a long road trip ahead of you, you just need to turn it on and turn it up and just listen because
There you
that's my
go.
favorite time to listen to music. Honestly, it's just driving and kind of getting just lost in it.
No, I fully agree. Whether it be, I mean, any song, but like this feel because I thought about this answer before I asked you the question, and my instant thought was road trip because it's that kind of music that'll like listen again, it's not a long record, but at the same time, you can re-listen to it, you can learn the words, you can learn the melodies, you can hum along and eventually learn the words. And it's got sort of like an anthemic quality about it where it's like you just kind of want to shout it back once you learn it all. So yeah, road trip, I think that's perfect. Yeah. Have you I think you mentioned that you've had the opportunity to play these songs live?
Yeah, yeah, I've been playing them a good bit now for quite a while. A lot with the Blue House guys, which has been fun.
Nice.
Playing with the band is, man, that's a blast always. But
Nice.
but yeah, I play them all the time, man. I do a lot around like Nashville. I play at Teddy's Tavern a good bit, and there's
Cool.
a place called the Union Hill Trading Post in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. I
Okay.
play there like every Thursday, and other places around town. I got a show coming up at the East Room on in November, November 7th. It's just gonna be acoustic, but I'll be playing the whole thing there.
Hell
So
yeah.
it's gonna be cool.
Okay, well, in that case, what's the song on this record that you feel really gets the people moving? Like really kind of shifts their attention, like, damn, this guy's killing it right now.
Um, hmm, probably. I don't know. I get a lot of compliments. I get a lot of compliments on the song "Choke It Down."
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
I had a friend of mine tell me that every time she listens to it, she cries. So that's kind of
Oh,
cool.
that's
That,
so
that is part of my
nice.
story too. So, um, maybe that one. I get a lot of compliments on Price Tag too, just because it's got that groove and it's fun and
Sweet.
neat and stuff, you know. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, Choke It Down is probably my most kind of personal song on the album, and I have a lot of people kind of connect with that. I feel like and seem to give like good feedback on, you know.
Nice. I'm not surprised. Great songs. Uh, let's see. I have a few more for you. I want to know because we're recording this towards the end of October. In terms of like music as a whole, things are slowly wrapping up for the year. I know that you have some sporadic shows. Is there a plan for 26? Not to, rush you in terms of new
Oh yeah,
music,
no.
but like what's going on?
So the goal is building an audience. Obviously, that's
Yeah,
need to do that, and just kind of slowly starting to build that up. So we're in the process of trying to book more shows in and around Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. Just kind of get started. But so a lot of that coming up soon. A lot more
sure.
shows, a lot more live opportunities for me, and then more music too. We're already talking about the next EP or
Oh,
or the
wow. Okay.
not sure exactly what we're going to do yet, but I've got a lot more music too. So I'm really looking forward to recording again, honestly.
Nice. The thrill of it all,
Like, yeah,
man.
you're
Never stops.
because you're in it, you know what I mean? By the time it's released, you're kind of like, all right, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's awesome. I'm glad people like it, but then it's almost
On to the
like
next
doing something
thing.
else. Want to
Right.
record another song. So,
Totally. You've also mentioned a few artists that I guess influenced your sound, but is there maybe one or two records that you heard this year that sort of took you by surprise and maybe subconsciously influenced you? Could be
uh,
old, could be new.
no, I'll tell you right now, Chris Stapleton, listen to him a lot. He's one of my favorites. Like,
Nice.
he don't miss. You know what I mean? Everything he
That
puts out,
is
I'm like,
true.
like you're amazing. So I mean, I listen to him all the time still. Red Clay Strays, big fan. There's a guy out of Birmingham, Alabama, Early James. He's
Okay.
got some really awesome music, man. He's kind of like a Johnny Cash meets what's the other guy? There's another artist I kind of compare him to now. I'm drawing a blank. He's
All
just got
good.
this gritty, soulful kind of sound, but interesting stuff for sure. And then Stephen Wilson Jr. is another guy I really like a lot right now.
All right.
To a good bit. I just love his songwriting. I think he's the real deal, and he rocks too, bro. Like
Yeah.
rocks hard, but then he's also got these beautiful songs that like make you cry. So I like that it's a wide range of sounds. It's not just one thing that he does.
Nice. I think, I mean, listen, like it's like you said before, maybe 10 minutes ago about the way that you were raised and the music that came into your life and the bands that you were playing with, which is completely different from the music that you're making. But I think at the end of the day, the soul of the record is so much more than what people would just classify as country. You know what I mean? It's like you had to live a whole life
Sure.
to come to this moment to create this
I
music.
mean,
And
yeah,
it's, yeah,
country music's obviously very like influential in my life. I mean, my parents either
yeah,
they listen to Southern rock or country. My dad was a country guy, so like yeah, George Jones, George Strait, Garth Brooks, like all that stuff in the '90s. Big fan,
right.
of all that stuff. I
Yeah.
cover it a good bit when I play out at gigs or whatever. And I pretty much like all music though. I'm not picky, man.
Okay,
I like
cool.
most everything out there, you know.
Sweet.
So
Um, cool. All right, well, my last thing here for you is for anyone that's going to listen to your music for the first time, this record specifically, is there an opening message that you'd like to say to them before they click the play button?
um give me a like or something. Give me some support.
There you go.
Give me something, man, because that's the name of the game with this whole thing is,
I
really got to
agree.
build that part of it up. And um, I don't want to be like a dramatic or like say like be like woe is me about this whole process, but it really is competitive and it's hard to make this like a business or like a way to make money, and
Yeah.
that's the goal is not to make money. The goal is to be
No.
happy, create music and share that and experience that with other people. But it takes money to make money. So like, yeah, any kind of support like that, somebody could give me like a follow just so they keep up with me, come to shows or, buy the album or buy the EP would be huge. That's
Yeah.
what you need.
You heard the man. That's what you got to do. Well, listen, Luke, this has been such a joy getting to talk to you about this record. Like I said, I love it. Like, and I'm gonna keep listening to it, and I'm gonna like and share. But before we wrap it up, I wanna plug this one more time for you. So, if you've made it this far into the interview and you didn't know, I'm speaking with Luke Wood. The EP is called Echoes. As always, we'll have the links everywhere so that you can listen, share, follow along, stay tuned for more. You strike me as the type of guy that's just going to keep releasing. And I don't expect too much downtime between the next thing, but no rush at the same time. And I'm just excited to follow this journey. I really vibed with your music in a positive way, and I'm excited to experience more of it.
I appreciate it, man. That made my day. So thank you for saying that.
You're very welcome. Again, thank you so much for talking and for having this conversation. I hope to speak soon. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye bye.